COVID-19 is a disease originated by the virus SARS-CoV-2, which can cause various symptoms and lead to death. On the one hand, it can have minor effects, such as flu, cough, and a cold. On the other hand, it can cause considerable consequences, like kidney failure, severe acute respiratory syndrome, and pneumonia. Indeed, in particular, older people and those with underlying medical conditions, like cardiovascular disease, diabetes, or cancer, are more likely to develop serious illness or die. To prevent the virus propagation, governments from far and wide have decided to impose a state of emergency and a consequent lockdown on the population.
I am officially declaring a national emergency.
These decisions have led to severe repercussions, especially for adolescents, who were allowed to leave their home only to walk the dog and stock up on necessary supplies. According to a paper published in May 2020 by the United Nations, people tend to be less physically active, their sleep becomes irregular, and they tend not to follow a balanced diet. The consequences are weight gain and reduced fitness.
Nevertheless, the ramifications of COVID-19 have not extended only to physical issues, but also mental ones. According to Sport Governo, a relevant institution in Italy, over 80% of adolescents have developed a negative influence on their state of mind. From a study conducted in April 2020 by the European agency Eurofound, it has emerged that the principal effects of COVID are loneliness and a weak optimism about the future. In detail, several issues have been reported among middle school students between the ages of 11 and 14. Firstly, the students have noted constant worry and an absence of certainty and continuity. Secondly, the same students have used the mask as a powerful protection tool for not showing emotions and their true personality. Moreover, another psychological consequence is social media addiction. According to Sport Governo, the quarantine has caused over 90% of adolescents to use social media as a companionable communication system. 67% of the children between the ages of 6 and 10 have reported a use of social media and online games as social communication systems. 93% of the children between the ages of 11 and 13 have also encountered the same issue. 95% of the children with more than 13 have also the same problem. However, over 30% of young people stated that they are not fun-filled with their current social interactions.
In order to check these data and find out if adolescents with different cultural backgrounds had the same consequences, we made a survey. The survey comprehends 170 students who have an average age of 17 years old, from Italy, Germany, Austria, Ireland, Canada, and Greece. In general, the results have shown that despite the cultural differences, 85% of the interviewed have not felt psychologically supported after the lockdown. Indeed, 90% agreed that the government did not handle the situation properly. Moreover, the interviews stated that the lockdown contributed to an increase in anxiety, tiredness, nervosity, loneliness, sadness, depression, and a decrease in self-esteem. In addition, the consequences vary between genders. In fact, female subjects tend to have more issues with self-esteem, depression, and anxiety, while male subjects tended to be more nervous and anxious, feel more lonely and sad. Furthermore, people who lived in rural areas had experienced less symptoms than individuals who lived in cities or metropolises. This could be related to the time spent in nature and doing more activities outdoors. In conclusion, this data highlights the need of psychological assistance and raising awareness about this kind of pathologies, which could be even more dangerous than the virus itself.